In the last week of April 1945, deep under the burning streets of Berlin, a defeated dictator hid inside a bunker. Above him, a dying city was collapsing. Around him, an empire built on fear was finally crumbling. This is how the deadliest war in human history came to an end.
By April 1945, Nazi Germany was trapped. From the west, American, British and French forces had broken through the Rhine. From the east, the Red Army pushed with overwhelming force, millions of soldiers, thousands of tanks, and a hunger for revenge after 4 years of brutal war. Berlin was more than a capital. It was a symbol. Stalin wanted it as a trophy, proof of Soviet victory and dominance in post-war Europe. Hitler vowed Berlin must never fall, even when logic, resources, and common sense were gone. To capture Berlin, the Soviets launched one of the largest military assaults in history. Marshal Zhukov attacked from the east. Marshal Konev from the south. Both commanders were racing, not just against German defenses, but against each other. Whoever reached Berlin first would claim the glory. Berlin was already dying before the Soviets arrived. Allied bombings had turned whole districts to rubble. Water pipes broken. Food nearly gone. And propaganda told civilians that surrender meant torture, creating panic and fear. The army defending Berlin included old men of the Volkssturm, teenage Hitler youth, Navy men forced into street fighting, and a few exhausted soldiers with almost no ammunition. Before dawn on April 16, thousands of Soviet searchlights lit up the sky. The blinding light exposed German positions. Then the earth shook. The Red Army unleashed one of the biggest bombardments of the entire war, a storm of fire covering miles. The first days were brutal. German forces fought desperately along the Seelow Heights, Berlin's last natural barrier. But they couldn't stop the tide. By April 19, the line shattered. Soviet forces surged into the outskirts of Berlin. Urban warfare is slow, deadly, and personal. Every house becomes a fortress. Every alley becomes a trap. Soviet soldiers fought block by block. Germans ambushed from basements and rooftops. Fires raged uncontrolled. Civilians hid in cellars with little water and no hope. While Berlin above turned to ash. Hitler lived his final days in a concrete bunker beneath the Reich Chancellery. Only 100 people remained with him, secretaries, generals, guards, and Eva Braun. Hitler issued commands to divisions that no longer existed. Reality was gone. The war outside was lost, but inside the bunker, he clung to illusions. In a strange moment of ritual, on April 28, Hitler married Eva Braun, his longtime companion, in a simple civil ceremony. Above them, artillery hammered the city. Two of Hitler's closest allies made desperate moves. Göring tried to assume leadership. Himmler tried to negotiate with the West. Hitler called both traitors. In his final political testament, he expelled them and appointed Admiral Karl Donitz as the new leader. By April 28, Berlin was encircled. Ammunition almost gone. Food scarce. Hospitals overflowing. In a chilling moment rarely discussed, Hitler ordered his dog Blondie to be poisoned to test the cyanide. The capsule worked instantly. On April 30, 1945, Hitler said goodbye to his staff, entered his room with Eva Braun, and ended his life. Eva took cyanide. Hitler shot himself. Their bodies were carried outside and burned according to his orders. Even after Hitler's death, the battle raged on. The Reichstag, the symbolic heart of Germany, became the final prize. Fighting inside the building was fierce. Fire, darkness, and shattered marble halls. On May 2, a red flag rose above the Reichstag. The image that would circle the world was partly staged, but its meaning was real. The Soviet Union wanted the world to see victory, not chaos. That same day, General Helmuth Weidling, commander of Berlin's defenses, accepted the truth. The city could no longer fight. He surrendered the city to the Red Army. After 2 weeks of nightmare, Berlin had fallen. Tens of thousands of soldiers lay dead. Civilians suffered terribly: starvation, bombardment, violence. Berlin was a skeleton of a city. After the surrender, Berlin was divided by the Allies. One city, sliced into 4 pieces. This division would soon spark a new conflict, the Cold War. Some facts about the fall of Berlin are rarely told. The famous Reichstag victory photo was staged and later edited. Hitler's last directives ordered routine punishments for looters even as the city died. Teenagers, not soldiers, defended many key streets. Western allies chose not to capture Berlin, leaving it to the Soviets. The fall of Berlin did not end World War II, but it made Germany's defeat inevitable. The Battle of Berlin closed one of history's darkest chapters. But it also opened another, the Cold War, as the city became the front line between East and West for decades. The fall of Berlin reminds us that no empire, no matter how brutal or powerful, can escape the consequences of its actions. War ends, but its scars remain for generations. If you want more powerful military and history stories like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell me the next battle or event you want me to animate.